test tube case for what is happening for 40 years, 50 years. There is an underclass, as has been created in South Africa, that is being created right now by the Obama policy. Obama was, in fact, a pawn, a puppet of those who want to bring this about. He's failed in everything else but this. Even the amnesty thing that is coming about is, in fact, a part of a design. There is a design to bring America to its knees. And black people need to understand, especially those clowns who are rioting in the street, that if, in fact, there is any other place on this globe where they would want to be black, then they need to go there. And Rodney Browne, Pastor Browne, can certainly tell you that they do not want to go to South Africa. And there's no other place that I can possibly name that black people would experience the benefits, the wealth, even if you're poor, that they have being able to experience in America. And so my take on all of this is that there is an awakening that must take place in this country, or in fact, there will be martial law and there will be an underclass that will help drive it. And Al Sharpton and his minions, people like him, even Eric Holder.
They're in the driver's seat. Stay there, CL Bryant. Coming right back to you. Powerful information.
We're on the for in South Africa and, of course, in the United Kingdom, because every time people coming back to their spiritual roots and coming back to God, then it sets the New World Order back. It sets the global agenda back. And I'll just tell you, they're not ahead of the plan. They are behind. These guys are 10 to 15 years behind. And they are getting impatient right now, and they're trying to preempt something. But we are praying. We've got our whole church praying. We have all-night prayer meetings. We have a prayer chain. People are praying for America. We're praying that whatever is hidden, whatever is done behind closed doors is leaked out, and that the Lord unravel the plan of the wicked over this nation. And then I'm doing my best to mobilize the pastors to train their people, get them out of the system, get them off of the government aid, government support, get them off of the food stamp, getting everybody to grow their own food, get everybody onto organic food, get their own, water supply. I mean, we've got
That's why they want to take culture and God away from us, because then even if you're poor, you don't feel pathetic and won't give your soul over to the New World Order. They really do traffic in the souls of men. They really do want to shut our jobs down so people don't feel self-respectable. They really want to promote thuggism and gangsterism to ensnare our youth. I've talked to top people in MTV, top musicians, and confirmed what's always been a rumor out there. It is so cold-blooded how the system wants to dumb us down so they can literally enslave not just us physically, but our minds. Is this modern system not slavery? Is Cloward and Piven not slavery?
It's total slavery to the debt system. Every American, the moment you're born, you're part of the collateral of the system, which really, if you look at America, basically on paper, we are a corporation. So that's why if they lose a couple of citizens, it's just collateral damage. That's why we got all the illegals coming across our borders, because they can make them legal citizens, put them on the system, get them to vote, change the Constitution. And we have to, as Americans, as American citizens, we have to stand up and draw a line in the sand. And I'm going back to Washington, D.C. next July for 8 days. I encourage people to come stand. If you want to come speak, Alec, you're welcome to come stand with me. I'm right in the shadow of the White House, in the Constitution Hall. And I'm going into the Congress every day, the Senate, and really talking straight to these men that are in power. We have to turn this thing around, because the handwriting's on the wall. We stand on the brink of total collapse, and most people, they don't want to hear what I'm saying, but America's not ready for what's coming. In '99, I went to Madison Square Garden. I rented the garden for 6 weeks. We had over 48,000 conversions, but I preached a message on the 30th of July, 99, there's a storm coming. Talked about the rise of terrorism. Talked about nations plotting the downfall of America as we speak. Talked about the fact that America's not ready for what's coming. And then I asked the question, what would happen if a missile struck New York City? That was 2 years before 9/11, 2 years before those planes hit the towers. I stood there at great cost to our ministry. We almost bankrupted our ministry. That event cost us $6.7 million. But the Lord helped us, and we came through the other side. The event in D.C. cost us 1.2, but we paid cash for that, and God helped us do that. And Alex, we are doing everything we can, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, mobilizing everybody to wake America up. This is like deja vu. This is like Groundhog Day. Everything we saw happen in Southern Africa, we see happening here. The whole censorship of the media, the whole how the media just puts out the same drivel. You can't believe one word that the media tell you. And so I'm very glad about alternative media, about InfoWars, PrisonPlanet.com, Drudge Report, Breitbart News, and all of the alternative media that's out there, because we have to get the word out. We've got to wake the American people up, and we've got to tell Americans they got to cry out to God and come back before it's too late, because I promise you, let me just say this. I did a show a few weeks ago, and I talked about the camps that are being built. I received a call from a man in Kentucky, very wealthy businessman, and he said to me, he said, I don't know what to tell you. He said, but somebody told me to call you because you would understand. He said, I'm a contractor. I do major developments. And he said, some of my people work other jobs. And he said, they just have connected gas to these gas chambers. He said, do you know anything about it? I said, look, I said, anything's possible with the total corruption of the system. And I mentioned that on the radio. I mean, we got attacked left, right, and center. They said, Howard Browne says Obama's building concentration camps and gas chambers. Listen, it doesn't matter if it's Obama. The next president's going to do the same thing. And the previous president. The last real president we had was John F. Kennedy. And that's why they put a bullet in him, because he's going to shut the system down. Yes, Reagan came out the blue, but they put old man Bush to watch him because he was the head of the CIA. This whole thing is cooked. And you could see it when Mandela died on Air Force One heading to South Africa. Guess who's on Air Force One? The Bushes, the Clintons, and the Obamas. What does that mean? It's a club. The whole thing is a club. The whole thing is cooked. And as long as Americans keep thinking, oh, I'm voting for my man in the Democrat and I vote for my man in the Republican, they both are the same. When are people going to wake up and realize that this is a government by the people, of the people, for the people, we the people? We must stand up and we must say, no, you're not going to do this.
No, I hear you. It's clear we need to have Pastor Rodney Howard Browne of Revival.com back on. I owe C.L. Bryant for telling us to get him on. Man, this guy's on fire, and so is C.L. Bryant. That's amazing. Well, let's try to set some brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere to have a revival in this country. A revival of reality, folks, and recognizing good from evil. Stay with us.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Are you happy doing your laundry with perfume detergents that irritate your skin? Are you happy washing your hands with stinking fragrances that gives your skin rashes? Are you happy paying new, higher prices for smaller boxes? Find your happiness today with our 1 to 4 year supply of pure soaps or our 1 to 2 month sampler with bar soap, shampoo, laundry, and dish soap at 5starsoap.com. You deserve the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com.
For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com and to help others during Christmas by teaching them about the powerful benefits of silver. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Did you know by age 50, half of all men have an enlarged prostate? This means more urges to urinate, longer bathroom trips, waking at night to urinate, or issues with sex. If this sounds familiar, call us now, because we're shipping free bottles of Super Beta Prostate to listeners of this station. Super Beta Prostate is a non-prescription formula guaranteed to reduce the symptoms of your enlarged prostate. It's yours free. Pay only shipping and handling. Just call 1-800-852-1820. In clinical trials, the ingredient in Super Beta Prostate was shown to reduce urges to urinate, improve bladder emptying, reduce waking at night to urinate, and improve quality of life. This Super Beta Prostate free offer is for listeners of this station, but it won't last. Don't wait. Just call 1-800-852-1820. That's 1-800-852-1820. Call 1-800-852-1820.
While you were sleeping, they came and took it all away. The lanes and the meadows.
All right, our guest will be with us for a little bit in the next hour. Then we've got Dr. Steve Pachenik coming on about the torture report. We're going to be deciphering what's really going on behind the scenes. Before we go any further, I just want to say this. We'll have both these men back on the show. There is a storm coming. The vanguard of it's already hit. There is a great tyranny taking place worldwide. And if you notice, it's standardized all over the world. It looks the same. It acts the same. It turns the people against each other. It impoverishes. It is a planetary world government being established. Its main drive is eugenics, or reducing population. It comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Even if you don't believe in the devil, which of course I do, it is the manifestation. Humans are manifesting this regardless. This is real. And the preparations for collapse are taking place everywhere. This hour of the radio broadcast is brought to you by Secret 12, our proprietary blend of super organic methylcobalamin and one other form of vitamin B12. If you have a deficiency in vitamin B12, it causes so many problems. Most of it is synthetic and unabsorbable. This is totally absorbable. Sold out for weeks due to difficult proprietary processing. Back in stock and limited supply. With back order within 1 week of launch. Last shipment until 2015. Can take weeks or months for supply to arrive. Most bioactive, bioavailable form using our proprietary process. Nutraceutical grade, proprietary B12 taken by mouth, no needles, no injections. 2 key forms of bioactive and super powerful B12. One of them I can't pronounce. Aceta, I can't do it. And methylcobalamin in one synergistic blend. Secure yours now before we blast it out to our email list tonight. We expect our limited supply to sell out. Get it before December 17th for guaranteed Christmas delivery. And your purchase of things like Secret 12, Silver Bullet, Super Male Vitality, and the other great nutraceutical products at InfoWarsLife.com makes this radio, TV, media operation possible. And so you're funding a platform to really try to raise the alarm and warn the people. So I want to thank you all for your support. InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or 888-253-3139. We're going to break here. Just 4 or 5 minutes left with each one of you. Reverend C.L. Bryant, I can see why you recommended getting Rodney Howard Browne on. He really speaks with authority, and more importantly, his information is right on target.
And the model of his church, and of course my pastor, Pastor James A. McMinnis, is also the pastor of an interracial church in a city like Shreveport, Louisiana, where I'm from, the last city to concede defeat in the Civil War, where old ways die hard. You have a church that we preach to over 3,000 people every Sunday. And so I would recommend that you speak with him as well, because ministers, pastors, the church is going to have to lead this particular